Okay, so this is going to be part 3 of these videos that I'm doing on this connection here with the DigiSpark ATtiny85 microprocessor. Here you can tell from the size of these two boards here how it is a lot more compact than using a Nano, um, uh, Arduino Nano and the MPU6050. Doing it this way. However, as I said in my other videos, I was trying to follow the gentleman that already did this back in 2020, and he actually cut this section here, which is the actually the programming tab, to just plug it into your computer on the USB port. You can plug that in. You can dump the code directly there. So I was wondering why he had cut this, and he wasn't using that tab when I stumbled on his project here that he did, like I said, back in 2020. He's using this board right here to dump the code. This USB ASP board. But unfortunately, mine doesn't work because I think it needs a firmware upgrade. So it's a lot more trouble, more work, and more files that I need to download to my computer. So I said, you know what? There's got to be an easier way. You got to be able to program this directly from the computer or from the Arduino IDE, provided you have the right files that allow you to do that. And sure enough, I went online and found that this company, DigiSpark, has their own files that you need to embed into the IDE software in order for you to select that as your programming board itself. So I found that out last night, and but I was too tired to continue, so I went to bed, and today's another day, and so I am going to get back onto this. I'll probably uh, uh, work with that connection and download the files and make sure that that works, and if that works, which I'm sure it will, a lot easier, a lot simpler than this setup right here. That I had to make all these wires. I had to, set up this board with all these pins, that go to all these points right here, where you can just plug this in right to your USB port and download the code. You don't need to do this dongle here. You don't need to do all this wiring as I did it because I was following that other gentleman that did this back in 2020. Maybe back in 2020, ATtiny85 DigiSpark, the company, didn't have those files that you could use within the IDE software. So maybe that's the reason why he went this way. I think he's a pretty smart gentleman. The one that he did the setup here. I mean, you have to be smart, to write code and to be able to manipulate these things, within that architecture. So I'm not downing his work. I just don't think that those files that are available for this particular chip were not available then. So I'm about to do that in my next video.